Hey Clashers, we had recently a lot of new equipment making it into the game. And a big concern now for a lot of players is that you don't have enough ores to upgrade those equipments. So this is why we're taking a look at the overall ore economy and what I would personally change to hopefully improve it. But on top of that, we just recently had the March Clan War League season, and that is over now, which means we have all of those stats, and we will take a look at that, what the current state of the game is. Is it too easy, too hard? Like, what is going on right now? But let's get things started with the equipment. And something really important I want to highlight here is this is from my point of view. This is my own opinion. This is not the opinion of Supercell, not of the community. No, this is from me personally and what I'm speculating on based on what I know, okay? Really important and a really important disclaimer because people are like, I don't know, getting things out of context. But let's get things started. And that is firstly, when new features are getting added to the game, like the equipment, obviously from a company standpoint, you're always trying to make money. This is the obvious thing with upgrades in general, right? Or updates, where you're getting a new building level. Some people spend money on the resource, some people spend to like skip the time, but this is kind of how the money is made. Even the change which we have at the end of March with the change of like training time, right? Like the training time is going to be removed in Clash of Clans. And I've seen some comment of like, why is Supercell doing that? This just means that they're not like making any money anymore from, where is it? The training potions, for example. But if you really push this further, for example, then this means, okay, training potions are gone because there's no training time anymore, so people can't buy it. But if everyone is now more active, they have more resources. If you have more resources, well, the building time isn't like, I don't know, like, yes, you have from update to update, sometimes like the cost and time reductions, but otherwise you will overflow quite easily with those resources, which means, well, there is more magic items which you can spend your money on, and they are way more expensive, for example, than training potions. So you can see there's always like this in the end, like this is how the world works, of like trying to make more money from it. At least this is from my perspective. At least that's what I feel like the thought behind removing the training time is. On top of obviously having like the players being more excited, because I've seen a lot of people being super excited about not having to worry about any training time whatsoever anymore. But with that being said, let's try to get back to the equipments now and why I think this is problematic. Because the problem here is that the overall concept is relying on people don't have any upgrade time, but obtaining the resource, obtaining those ores is what takes the time. The problem here though is if you have spent money at some point, a certain amount, you will be most likely close to being maxed or even maxed out on the equipment, and that is faster than you might expect actually when spending some money on the passes, for example, and on some of those ore offers. And with that being said, as soon as you have reached this one point of being maxed or close to being maxed, you can always max out the next equipment because you don't have any upgrade time. What do I mean by that? Well, one epic equipment, which we currently get every 2 months, is roughly 55,000 blue ore, is roughly, I think, like 2.5 or 3.5 thousand of the purple ore, and 480 of the steri ore, which means over 2 months, you get those ores quite easily. The only thing which is not as easy to obtain is the steri ore, which means you might have to get the offer over there. But otherwise, like blue and purple ore, you will overflow in just those 2 months. That is like really easy to get in the duration, which means those people who are typically spending money are suddenly not spending any money anymore, right? Because they can upgrade everything because there is no upgrade times, and that's then just super easy. So this is, in my opinion, the problem then, where Supercell has to kind of push equipments out faster, because otherwise people are not spending. Free-to-play won't suddenly spend money, and those people who have spent their money are now always close to being maxed, and they just get the resources now completely as free-to-play. And now the only issue here is that those people who are suffering are the free-to-play players because they have no chance of catching up, really, right? And this is really the problem here. So how would I fix that? In my opinion, firstly, I think there should be steri ore in the star bonus. Not much. I'm talking about like maybe for Titan, like 1 steri ore. This is like roughly one epic equipment max. A little bit less, obviously, but Let's maybe even make it 2 in Titan, and then like 2 to 3 in Legends. This does not sound like a lot in the first place, but still you have a little bit of progression, right? You see every single day that this number is increasing at least. This is from my standpoint. The next thing as well, to make sure that Supercell is not forced to push like equipments non-stop, is to reduce this storage capacity, because this means those people who are maxed anyways won't be able to like save the entire cost for the next equipment. All of the content creators like myself, I would just save the ores like blue, purple, and stereo ore until the next equipment would drop, and I will be able to do like a crazy gemming spree video, even though I have everything already on the resources on my account. So I will probably need to spend $0, euro, whatever, wherever you live. But like, this is the weird point, right? So even though this might sound crazy, oh yeah, maxing the new equipment on the first day, it's not that crazy. We just got all of those resources completely normal, okay? So this is something to keep in mind. And this is what the problem is. Those storage capacities are way too high. For free-to-play players, they don't care if they have the option of storing 1,000 stereo ore. How many of you are free-to-play and ever had close to 1,000 stereo ore in their storage? I don't think that there are many out there, because whenever you get those, you will spend them. And this really is the thing. Cut them in half or something, and this problem is already fixed, or at least made way easier, I guess, or way less worse overall, but whatever you name it. But this right now is my take on the problem of the ore economy in the game. It's too easy for those players who are spending money to stay maxed out without spending money anymore, kinda. And this really is forcing this like rotation to increase again. We had then now some common equipments and such. So at least that's what I think of right now of the equipment system overall. I love the equipment, don't get me wrong, I just love the variety, but it's really annoying as well when I want to like show some new strategy to everyone. Well, I know already, okay, like 90% of my community won't be able to play this because they don't have the equipment for that. That's just not really, it's not really the purpose, right? And yeah, at least that's currently my take on it. I would love to hear what you think, but something really important. First off, make sure that you keep it chill in the comments, like don't attack anyone. I will try to summarize if I see like a lot of suggestions, a lot of the same suggestions, for example, that I will summarize them, give them to the dev team, and they can see if they can make something with that. But make sure that you're not attacking anyone, because as soon as you're like, oh yeah, this person, I don't know, sucks or whatever, then I would just not even read the comment, or ban you whatever from the channel, because I don't need comments like that. So this is not really the purpose. But let's move on with the next topic. And that is the current stand of the game with, as well, the Clan War League, right? Because this last season, the #1 team had 380 stars. This means over the entire week, they had 5 fails. This is quite surprising, because over the last seasons before, we had always teams in the first seed with 0 fails over all of their attacks. So overall, teams tend to fail more, which seems that, well, overall, the game got harder. But what exactly happened with the February update that this happened overall? Well, we had some more defensive level, but overall, everyone is just progressing within Town Hall 17, for example, and the game becomes harder. But this right now is only speculation. I think we should take a look at the numbers. Let's do exactly that. With that, let's take a look first at how Town Hall 17 started. With a 64% 3-star rate in Champion 1, and with overall roughly a 36% triple rate in Master. Really important to note, in Champion, all Champion 1, 2, and 3 combined has less players, like less Town Hall 17 players, than just Master 1. So the numbers from Master 1, 2, 3, and Crystal 1, for example, are way more important from like talking from a balance standpoint, or like what the current game is looking like. But this is how we started. Now, let's jump to February and how the hit rate was in that Clan War League season, and we can see already a crazy jump in Champion 1. For the best of the best players, we had an increase of 11%, while for the majority of players, well, it did go up quite a lot as well. From 36, we went to nearly 41 3-star rate, and then for like the lower Master tier, we got from 38 to 38. Not really that much happened. So pretty much the hit rate stayed roughly the same. And now, what happened in March? In March, the hit rate for the highest level went back like half what it's increased over all of the time, which means 5% roughly, while for the middle tiers, which means Master 1 and below, we had a decrease of roughly 1% roundabout of the hit rate. So overall, something has happened. We had the Electro Boot nerf, which could be one of the factors, but as well the new level in general of the new equipments, the new level of the buildings and the new defense itself. Which means it seems like with people slowly upgrading more and more, we really see an impact on the difficulty of Tunnel 17. Because with this as well, Tunnel 17 is back, stats-wise harder than Tunnel 16 was as well. So this is currently like how it's standing with the overall success rates in the Clan War League. I'm wondering how you experience this within your Clan Wars or Clan War League, what your impression there is, but yep, stats-wise, it got harder overall. I'm looking forward to see how the March update is going to influence that, depending on if we get any new level, anything, maybe like a new troop, whatever. If we're getting anything new there, obviously we'll take a look then at the April Clan War League season and how that was impacted. But for now, I think the trend looks quite solid. The overall balance looks really good, and I think the only thing which still looks and spikes a little bit compared to the rest is, in my opinion, still the Electro Boots. And this is something really important to note here, okay? I'm not talking about that the game overall is too easy or too hard. The only thing is the balance within the equipments itself. Which means I see a lot of comments of people saying, iTzu, let the casuals enjoy their fun, let the Electro Boots be broken, everything. And the key thing here is, I don't even disagree here. Like, I am totally fine with the Electro Boots being really strong. My problem here is that I think variety-wise, health-wise for the game, it would be nice if an epic equipment is roughly the same strength as the next epic equipment to make sure that there is variety. There is more options. People can play their favorite equipments and are not getting punished because, hey, I prefer the gauntlet over the spiky ball or something, but if I don't use the spiky ball, then I get punished. This is how it was before, and which is really unhealthy for the game. And it should be the same as well for all of the other equipment, like the comparison between Spear and Electro Boots. So what I'm saying here is to bring the equipments on the same level when it comes down to common and epics. And I'm completely fine with buffing all of the other epic equipments and to bring it on the same level as the Electro Boots. But I'm as well fine with just nerfing the Electro Boots because this right now seems to be the only outlier compared to the other epic equipments. Again, it is about the balance within the same category, which means within the equipments, within the epic tier. It's not about saying, oh, the game right now is too easy, nerf everything in the ground. This is not what I'm trying to say here, okay? And it's really important that you understand that. But again, it's just about the variety and for the game health. This is the important message I have here. Otherwise, currently I'm really happy with how the game is. It felt like with the warm-up, we had a really low percentage hit rate, but the pros liked it. So in the end, it's like whatever, right? Like, as long as the pros like it. Keep it as hard. I personally think it would be better, a little bit easier, but in the end, I don't play in hard mode. I commentate it, but in the end, give the players the joy. If they enjoy this really rough meta overall, I'm all up for it. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know what your opinions are on those hot takes, because I know those are currently two really hot topics within the community when it comes down to game balance and when it comes down to the ore system overall. But I'm looking forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon again with the next video. Until then, see ya and bye-bye.